All right. So imagine a world where discovering your local surroundings is effortless, it's personalized, and it's powered by cutting edge technology. Well, introducing Nodat, your personalized local AI. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Aireka Harvell, and I'm the founder and CEO of Nodat Inc. I'm thrilled to introduce to you our cutting edge technology. Have you ever struggled to find the perfect cafe, the reliable services, or a mechanic, but you're tired of seeing the same results over and over online? And maybe they're not relevant to you, and maybe you're tired of the manual searching. Well, introducing the world's first AI-powered local search app. With advanced algorithms and machine learning capabilities, Nodat offers a personalized search experience like no other. Let me share some of our differentiations with you. We have personalized recommendations. We have personalized recommendations that are tailored to your very specific needs. And we use smart filters like Black-owned business, women-owned businesses, that allows you to increase your patronage of businesses within your local area. We have real-time updates that lets you know when you drive past a business that you're interested in so that you're not missing out on the exciting fun. And soon you'll be able to engage with interactive maps with the 3D Google Earth mapping and see what's inside a business before you even go. We conducted extensive market research and validation to ensure that Nodat addresses a real need in the market. We've interviewed thousands of users who overwhelmingly have positive feedback on our unique solutions that enhance their local exploration. And we had extensive beta testing and user trials that proves that Nodat's AI capabilities is sustainable and improves your customer experience. We're consistently refining our technology. As I've stated, we've had to pivot from just geo-targeting to the AI, adding the AI chat to our technology because we're in the world of the AI boom. Our go-to-market strategy includes our top-tier marketing team executing targeted digital marketing campaigns, social media promotions, and community outreach events. Additionally, we've gotten partnerships with influential individuals and local businesses. Our AI-powered capabilities set us apart from your local experience with existing local search apps. Our privacy-first solution protects your data, protects your searching capability, and you are always in control. You get to choose which businesses can use your information to target and market to you. Who can use Nodat? I would love to say that everybody can, but our user profiles are 3 different types of people. The local resident, who wants to discover local gems and take advantage of exclusive deals. The traveler, who wants to feel like a local wherever they go, but they may be a little shy and don't want to bother the neighbor and tap them on the shoulder and ask them where the best brunch restaurant is. And the business owner, who wants to maximize their visibility and their conversions by listing their business on Nodat. They also want to make sure that their information is up to date and accurate when we enter the world of AI. The future is now. Nodat has already reached over 50,000 users in our pilot market here in Nashville, Tennessee. We launched nationally last week, and our user engagement has increased 143%. Our average retention rate is 60% month over month. We have a top-notch marketing team who have experience in executing our go-to-market strategy. We have partnerships with Parks and Recs, with Amazon Web Services, and we're looking to adopt a widespread strategy. We have a winning AI full stack and AI development team who's supported by former Googlers, IBMers, and Amazon Web Services. There's only 3 things that I want you to do at the end of this presentation. 1, I would love for you to take your phones out right now, go to the App Store and look for Nodat and download it. Register your account. Get to know our AI. Take a selfie of yourself, downloading the app, and post it on Facebook and tag us at Nodat Place. Then I want you to actually use it. Get to know your AI. The goal is for them to learn you and recommend things based on your personality and your lifestyle. And revolutionize your search. Experience the convenience, the personalization, and the accuracy that Nodat can bring to your life. Thank you. Okay, so thank you. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but it's just as simple as that, as showing your passion, telling a story, telling your journey when you're pitching the business. I kind of had to switch it up a little bit because she said that there's not an ask at the end. So I wanted to make sure that I kind of told a story instead of pitching like you were pitching to investors. And so now we're going to get into the actual class. And if you have questions, let me know. Switching my presentations. All right, so how to pitch your business in 3 minutes. The goal is to win over your audience. Your audience may not necessarily be investors. You may be pitching your business to potential partners, potential donors in case you're fundraising for an event that you are throwing. You want to be able to explain to them who you are, why they should invest in you or partner with you, like what's the with them in it for them. And then you want to be clear and concise. You don't want to ramble and talk too much. Be mindful of your pace when you speak. These are the things that we're going to cover today. Present with simple and clear visuals. We'll get into that. Don't forget to save time at the end for questions, and then write down any feedback or improvements. Not in present mode. And also remember to go into present mode. When the first thing I want to say is when conducting your pitch, you first want to start out with writing a script. Before you get to designing your deck, before you start thinking about the pretty colors and what pictures you want to use, write your script out first. And when you start writing that script, you want to start with why. Why does your business exist? What is your passion and your reasoning for starting the business? And then share that story in a small snippet, maybe 20 to 30 words, 1 to 2 sentences. In a 3-minute pitch, you have 500 words when writing your script. So think about that. 500 words is 3. So if you remember in the beginning, I talked about introducing the world where governing your local surroundings is effortless, it's personalized, and you're using, up-to-date advanced technology. The reason why I started Nodat is because it was hard for me to find things to do locally in Nashville for my family. And I'm sorry, when I'm in presentation mode for some reason on this, I cannot see if y'all are raising your hands.
That's okay. I'm trying to monitor that. But could we have everybody get on mute right now, because it's hard to hear Aireka. Some people have their mics on. Thanks.
So you want to, I'm sorry. So the reason why I created Nodat was because I had a problem. My son came to me, he was upset that we didn't know about a water park that was here in our area. And I got to thinking, like, how is it that this huge water park is here? We go all summer long. I've never heard about it. People in my immediate network had never heard about it. It was only $3 a day to take your kids. And that really frustrated me that I was not targeted as a mother to, take my children to this water park. So that's the reason that I created Nodat. My why and the problem are 2 different things. So I had to sit down and figure out, why was I not targeted? And one of the main reasons I was not targeted is I don't like to share my data. I don't do the cookies. I don't accept cookies on websites. I don't like to share my data with online platforms. So they didn't know to target me because I had trust issues with where I was putting my data in online. So when you are writing this story in the beginning, when you start with your why, move immediately into how did that why help you figure out that a problem needed to be solved in the market. Any questions about that?
Hey, somebody wanted you to go back one slide. Could you go back one slide for a second? Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome. Is there a way where I can see the chat and like not be in full, because I can't see anything but my presentation?
If you exit full screen view for yourself, you can open the Q&A to the side so you can also see the Q&A.
Okay, thank you. Are y'all seeing the Q&A on my screen? Because it's
No, we're not.
okay. All right, great. Okay, can I go to the next slide now? Did you get what you needed?
Yes, please.
Okay. The water park is in Smyrna. To the person asking. So after you've written down your why and you discussed in your script what the problem was, then you want to move to the solution. What is creative about the solution? Well, when you say what the solution is, say exactly what it is. Is it an app? Is it a clothing store? Is it a financial program? Say exactly what it is, and then move into what's creative about it, what's different about that solution, and how does that solution creatively solve the problem that you've identified. Then you want to, once you do that, go into the features of that solution, and you want to name maybe 1 or 2, 3 of the features, and talk about how your team uniquely uses those features to solve that problem, and then talk about how your product is winning. How is it winning in the marketplace? Like why this specific solution is the reason that it will solve that problem. Yes, I will send a copy of the deck. I'll send a copy of the deck and also a PDF with a simple script. Again, when you detail out your products and your features on the deck, always use bullet points. Don't write long sentences. You want to have a headline and then bullet point it out. If you are going to talk about your revenue model, same thing. Title it revenue model or business model, and then bullet point out how do you make money with this. It could be subscription, it could be that you're piece selling or you're selling on Amazon. Just bullet it out. Then you want to talk about your validation and your traction. How did you validate that your solution actually is an answer to the problem? Whether you did case studies, whether you did beta tests, whether you just sat down and talked to your targeted customers. And again, highlight it. Everything should be no less than 30 font. You don't want to put a lot of words on the deck. Use images to express what the point that you're wanting to get across, and then use one sentence or bullet points and then a headline. You want to talk about the market validation, your current traction. When we mean traction, we're saying how much revenue have you generated? How many people do you have on a wait list? How many downloads do you have? It depends on the type of businesses. Lisa, what type of businesses are primarily? Is it tech? Like,
no, not really. It's all over the place. We've got some people who've got product that they're starting to launch. We've got people that have services, whether they're like a cleaning service or a consulting service. It's really all over the board. I'd have to say 50-50 between services and product.
Okay, so your attraction could also include like your Google review scores. Like, do you have a 5-star rating on Google? Do you have a lot of followers across social media? Have you been able to increase your brand awareness across social media? Not necessarily just revenue, not necessarily the amount of customers. It's any type of traction. Have you built a email list? Like, do you have hundreds of people on an email list that you can communicate with on a daily to continue to try to get your products in front of them? That's included in traction. Even just getting advisors. If you're just starting and all you've done is got advisors, or if all you've done so far is, got selected to pitch, that's traction. Your market potential and your competition. A lot of times people don't necessarily talk about their competition the way that they should. We don't want you to get up there and say, oh, I compete with Shein apparel, and Shein doesn't do this, or Shein doesn't offer that. You don't want to talk about your competition in a negative way. What you want to do is acknowledge that, that there's competition in the market, and even if you are brand new in a brand new market, there is always competition. So don't get up there and say, we don't have any competition. There is always competition. But don't talk about that competition in a negative way. Speak about the fact that the competition is there, and then say, but this is how we're different. Here's what we're adding to it, or how we're advancing what's being done right now. So TAM is total addressable market. How big is the market that you are in? For example, and sometimes that may change depending on if you take a pivot. For example, we are in the marketing, artificial intelligence marketing technology space, where right now that space is only a $65 billion market, and it's expected to grow to $208 billion by 2027. Right. So that's the total addressable market. We're not going to be in that entire market. Our SAM, which is the serviceable addressable market, is in the United States, because we're not global. We're only in the United States. So out of that 65 billion that's being spent on AI marketing technology in the United States, only 43 billion of it is across the United States, across different types of AI technology. So of course, we're not going after that entire 43 billion. We're going after small and medium businesses in the United States who are looking to increase their awareness and communicate on a personal level with locals. And that's our, oh my God, I can't even think. The opportunity market, the service opportunity market, and ours is $3.8 billion. So the reason why investors, and since you're not pitching for investors, so you don't necessarily have to know this. I don't know, Lisa, do y'all want them to express that they understand this?
Well, I think, and if we need to have another webinar, we can do that to just talk about this. There will be some investors in the audience.
Okay.
We just got confirmation of that today.
Okay.
So,
all right. Do you know if they're being judged on whether they understand those? Because understanding your numbers is highly important when you're going for investment, but not so much. This information is not necessarily needed when you're pitching for partnerships.
Yeah, I think that what we ought to do is keep it very informative and relatively simple, so that the judges can then ask additional questions if they want to, if they feel like it wasn't answered. And then if there's an investor in the audience that's very interested in what a person's got to say, they can approach them afterwards.
Okay. So if you are someone that's pitching, that's looking for investors, then your total addressable market, how large of a market is it that your business is in? Typically, investors like to see you in a $1 billion market before they will invest. And then they want to know that you understand that you're not going to get that total addressable market because everybody in that market does not apply to you. Do you understand what your serviceable addressable market is? And that is, for us, like there's 30 million small and medium businesses in the United States, right? And they're all using different types of AI, but they're not all small and medium businesses looking for local marketing AI technology. So that dwindles it down to our service opportunity market, who we are definitely going for, how big that market is. And even that being 3.8 billion, we still, investors understand that there is a good chance that you may not get that 3.8 billion for 8 to 10 years. Then you want to have a competitive matrix, identify who your direct competitors are, and then identify who your indirect competitors are. Direct competitors for us would be Google Maps, would be Siri and Alexa, right? That's right now what people are using, and she's getting ready to talk because I just said her name. Sorry. Right now, that's what people are using to find things that are within their personal taste instead of going to Google, right? And they're using voice activation to do that. What sets us apart from Alexa and Siri and Google Maps is
found this one.
Is the fact that our AI already knows you. Our AI learns you. So you don't have to basically say, hey, Nodat, find me a hot chicken restaurant in Nashville, Tennessee. You can literally just say, hey, Nodat, I want to eat hot chicken. And it's going to say, okay, Shanna, here are the closest hot chicken restaurants to you in Nashville or in Laverne, wherever you are. So those are our direct competitors. Our indirect competitors right now would be TikTok, right? TikTok would be an indirect competitor, is because that's something that people use right now to type into like the search bar to watch influencers to find things to eat. But it's not necessarily giving them that personalization, that automatic personalization. So it's just an alternative that people can use to solve the problem that our main product solves. Does that make sense? So you want to have a competitive matrix on your pitch deck that shows that you understand who your direct competitors are and who your indirect competitors are. And when I say you may be in a new market, I know consumer goods products, it's a fairly new market, and you may have a product that nobody else makes. And you're like, I invented this. There's nothing else out there like that. I promise you, there is some type of competition out there. So find out what it is. And it may not be a big something. It may just be they're cooking it up in their kitchen, right? Like you maybe have created this amazing recipe of cupcakes, and you're like, nobody else has this recipe. And it's medicinal and it heals, right? Nobody else has this recipe. There is somebody out there that has something that provides that same effect. You just have to figure out what it is. The go-to-market strategy, I talked about this a little bit. How do you plan on getting customers? How do you plan on getting signups? And you want to detail that out again in bullet points. It can be something as simple as strategic partnerships, influencers, targeted ads. Like you don't have to, for the pitch deck, you do not have to go into details in full-on sentences, but for your script, you do. You want to be able to say that your team plans to reach out via email or cold calling to connect with XYZ customers. You are going to use whatever channel, whether that is Facebook, or Google ads or TikTok ads, you want to be able to say that in your actual script, but not on screen. Your pricing model and your revenue model, you want to outline that specifically. It just, are you subscription based? Are you direct selling? Are you direct to consumer? That's really what that means. Direct to consumer means that you have a website and you are selling your product via your website directly to the consumer. You're not going through a third party middleman. Are you business to business? Are you business to consumer, which could be if you have a apparel shop, maybe you have a salon, maybe you're a coach, like a spiritual coach or a mental health coach, you would be considered business to consumer. That's how you explain your revenue model. Your marketing plan is the same thing as your go-to-market strategy. You just want to be able to show at this, here is the timeline where we're going to do this, and then next we're going to do this, and then next we're going to do this. And I would say just maybe three steps in the marketing plan, just to kind of show your evolution as you grow. And it doesn't have to be, I've already done this. You can start with saying, for this specific pitch, whatever your ask is, whether it may just be customers, right? For this specific pitch, what is the marketing plan for the whatever it is that you plan on getting from this pitch? Typically, when I pitch is for money, when my marketing team pitches is for partnerships. And so when we're talking to potential partners, for instance, we're talking with Parks and Rec, and one thing that they want to do is make it easier for people to see what dates are available to rent the pavilions at the parks, right? And they want to make it easier for the person to be able to do that through AI technology. So what we're presenting to them is how we plan on marketing that. Like if we get that partnership with them, that exclusive partnership to be able to do that, how do we plan on marketing that? Step 1, step 2, step 3, and it shows the evolution over time and the outcome. You want to talk about your team? Are you a founder, a CEO, a director? I know sometimes people say they don't necessarily like calling themselves CEO, even though they are the founder. That's perfectly fine. You may be the founder and you may be the chief marketing person, or you may be the social media influencer, but still the founder. Always still put yourself first. When you introduce yourself here, don't write large sentences about yourself. It's best to use icons. So if you have gone to college and you have a degree that gives you credentials, a credibility in the industry that you're in, put that icon there. If you've worked for a company that gives you experience and shows that you're credible, put that icon there. And then put the years that you've worked there outside of that icon. Do that same thing for your team members. Show that you have people who understand business and that you have reliable people on your team who understand the market that you're in. They understand the job that you need them to do. Do that same thing for them, and brag about any board of advisors that you have. If you have people, that are well known in the city that are advising you, put them on your deck. If you are working with influencers that you want the person to know who you're pitching to, if you're working with influencers, put them on your deck so the person will know that you'll be able to get whatever message out that you need to. You'll be able to get the customers or whatever message it is that you're promising this partner that you're going to be able to deliver on. And then your call to action, which she said that you won't have a call to action with this, but for future, your pitches should always have a call to action. It's a purpose. The call to action is really what helps you write that pitch script. So I don't know, Lisa, if it's at the end, if it's okay for them to say that they're looking for partnerships or customers.
Sure. Sure, they absolutely can do that if they want to. I mean, we welcome that. It's just that some people who are going to be pitching don't really have a call to action per se. So we're telling people you don't have to have one.
Okay. And so they're just telling their business. They're just basically pitching.
Yes. Yes.
So
and and I'm sorry, I mean, Robert and Bisney are going to be finishing this up, but I just want to tell you that we will be sending out some other materials when we send stuff out to the people who attended this, so that people will have some stuff to review. And also this recording will be up on our website within a couple of days.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And yeah, and I'm going to share this deck in the also a PDF, the same PDF that I shared last year. And I'll send that too. So if you don't have a call to action at the end of your pitch, you just want to bring 3 things to towards the end of the pitch. Think of 3 things that you want the people in that room to remember. 3 important things that you want them to remember about you and your business. Typically, when someone's pitching, it's because you want to either raise awareness because you're looking for customers, or there's a prize at the end and you want to win. So you want to be rememberable. So think of 3 things if you don't have a call to action. If you do have a call to action, whether it's partnerships or customer acquisition, explain when you get ready to close, explain that the benefit of that call to action. So I'm going to set mine again. Mine is I'm sorry. So I created this for y'all because typically my pitches are 5 to 10 minutes. But mine is, thank you for your time with our team of AI full stack developers. Like, I want you to remember that I have a team of AI full stack developers supported by top-notch advisors from Google, IBM, and Amazon Web Services, right? So that's credibility in this market. People want to know that you have access to people who can actually help you develop the technology, and that you have mentorship and being guided. And then we are confident that Nodat will revolutionize how we connect with our local environments. Together, let's embrace the future of local exploration with Nodat. So if you don't have if you're not asking for capital, just rank in 3 points. All right. So I'm going to go to the questions, and then we have about 20 minutes left. So the 2 people who want to do their pitch, will go to that, and then I'll provide feedback. This topic will be created so the webinar presentation happens. Can you clarify the difference between SAM and SOM? So SAM is your serviceable addressable market. So there's 30 million small businesses in the United States for us, right? That's the serviceable addressable market, because we do business in the United States and we do business for small and medium businesses. So we could service all of them if they were all interested in AI marketing technology, or capable of paying for AI marketing technology, or if they were the type of business that needed the type of AI marketing technology that we provide, right? Because our target customers are restaurants, event coordinators, health and beauty businesses, local tours, like tourist organizations, chambers of commerce, things like that, right? So we wouldn't be the target. We wouldn't be the like a local construction company would not be our target audience. So they wouldn't be in our serviceable opportunity market, but they're in the addressable market because they would be considered a small and medium business. So the opportunity for us are franchise investment groups, right? Local mom and pops, the zanies, like the concert promoters that bring the comedians here, or the local concerts here. Those would be our target customers that we reach out to do business with. So that dwindles down from the serviceable addressable market to what is our direct opportunity and how much money can we get. Our addressable market is 43 billion, but we know we can't get that. So we focus on what we can get, which is the 3.8 billion, which are the type of businesses that would normally advertise on platforms like this. This is, so like the partnerships, if you have a sales deck, if strategic partnerships is part of your go-to-market strategy and how you plan to grow your business, which normally that is the best way to grow your business, and the quickest way is to partner with other businesses who service the same customers as you. So you want to be able to create a sales deck, which is still a pitch deck, to pitch your business to the company or the influencer or somebody that you want to partner with, and explain to them why your company exists, what problem your company solves for their customers, and what is the benefit of them partnering with you, like what with them, what are they going to get out of it? For example, one of our strategic partners, they want exclusive access to data, right? Not personal data, but like behavioral data. They want to know if, like, when people come to Nashville, where do they, frequent the most? So in exchange for them helping us increase the distribution of our app downloads and giving us access to their audience, we agree to exchange the behavioral data with them and give them exclusive rights to that. So like, what is the benefit of a company partnering with you? So this would be one of those examples of when you would provide this type of pitch.
Can I answer a couple other questions that we got in the chat, in the Q&A, but were not open? I guess everybody might not have seen them. Yeah. So the first one would be this pitch. So the first pitch that you would do would be the 90-second pitch if you're in the competition. And the 90-second pitch will not have an ask, will probably not have slide decks. And when we say slide decks, we mean PowerPoint presentations. If you're talking about a deck, that's usually your slides. And we would probably not want you wouldn't have time to do your product. A 90-second pitch is usually what you do when you're introducing yourself and just telling somebody about what you do. A 3-minute pitch is what you do. Let's say you're at a convention and you're going from convention to convention area, to the next corporate that you might be meeting. You would probably do a 3-minute pitch at that point, not just, you wouldn't do a 90-second. They would want more in-depth information, but they wouldn't want the 5 to 10 to 15-minute one that you would do somewhere else. And so that's when you would use the 90-second pitch. During the 3 minutes, you have the full 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. After the 3 minutes, you will get questions for 3 to 5 minutes. We are going to be providing you a list of, if you are competing, you will get the evaluation sheet that the judges will be using. So you'll have an idea as to what you will be looked at for your pitch. So you'll be able to kind of craft it to know what it is the judges will be grading you on. Oh yeah. So I guess I should let you do the next one.
I don't know if I'm seeing all the questions, but I just saw one.
It said, can you break down the amount of time that should be spent on each section? So we had a 90-second, how to do a 90-second pitch. And because it's so short, it really kind of broke down how you should spend your time. But I think on this one, it would really depend on your own company and your own company structure. So, your why might be more time consuming than your market.
It really depends on your story. And I'm going to send a PDF that actually has all of that broken down. And now I also have the 90-second pitch that I think I taught that one last year.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and I can send that breakdown as well. So your 90-second pitch is a great start. If you've already started the script on that, that 90-second pitch script is a great outline for writing your 3-minute pitch.
Yep.
And so however much time you're spending on your introduction in the 90-second pitch, just keep that. But in the 3-minute pitch, when you get to your why, your problem, and your solution, that's where you want to spend the most time.
Mm-hmm.
Because the goal of it is to get people to understand who you are, why you exist, and why they should care.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounds like this pitch is about.
And the other thing that I want to remind everybody that there are multiple different times when you're going to be pitching. Sometimes you're pitching to get investment money, capital. You're doing it for a loan. Sometimes you're pitching it because you are trying to get somebody to buy your product or service. That's probably the most common. And then the other one is when you want to partner with someone else. You can be pitching to partner with someone else or to get somebody, you may not do this part, but you can use your capabilities to show them why that would be something that would be beneficial to partner on. So there's multiple different times when you use a pitch. You've got the introductory pitch. That's always call that the 90-second pitch is your introduction pitch. Anytime you meet somebody, you need to be able to have your 1-sentence intro and a little blurb about what you do and why. Then you need to do, when you get in more depth and people come back to you, think about going more in depth. That's your 3-minute. Then you are really, really courting somebody. You're going 5, 10, 15. And that's kind of how I look at pitching in general when you're doing these kind of things. Do we have any other questions?